Quarter 3, Week 2. Force exerted by a magnet or force at a distance and properties of a magnet. Matatag curriculum, bansang makabata, batang makabansa, with me, teacher KMT. Good day, kids! Today, we will learn about force exerted by a magnet or force at a distance and properties of a magnet. Here are the possible objectives for today's lesson. Number 1. Identify common magnetic materials. Example, iron, steel, nickel, and non-magnetic materials. Number 2. Recognize that magnets' opposite poles attract, while like poles repel. Number 3. Identify and describe key properties of magnets, such as polarity, strength, and the ability to attract certain objects. Short review. Number 1. When force is applied, does it always require contact between the two objects involved? Very good. No. Force doesn't always require direct contact between the objects involved. Forces can act at a distance like gravity and magnetic force. Number 2. Is it possible for us to push or pull an object without touching it? Explain your answer. Very good! Yes, it is possible for us to push or pull an object without touching it, like using a magnet to pull a magnetic object. Self-assessment. This self-assessment is to be guided by your actual teacher. Unlocking content area vocabulary. Define the following words. Number 1, can you define the word magnets? Very good. A magnet is a natural rock or a metal object capable of attracting specific types of metal towards it. Number 2, can you define the word repel? Great! To force something to move away. Number 3, can you define the word attract? Great! To pull something toward another thing. Number 4, can you define the word demagnetization? Good job! The reduction or complete removal of a material's magnetic properties. Did you know that the Earth is a large magnet? Yes, the Earth possesses a magnetic north and magnetic south, with invisible lines of magnetic force extending from the north to the south. What do you know? Number 1. Do you have an object with you right now or at home that has a magnet? What is it used for? Good job! We have a ref magnet in our house. My wallet has a magnetic lock. Many objects used in our daily lives contains magnets, like speakers, cell phones, magnetic locks of bags, and refrigerator magnets that helps us use and secure things. Number 2. How does a magnet affect other objects? Great! A magnet can attract objects if they are within the magnet's magnetic field. Number 3. What kinds of objects are attracted to a magnet? Correct! Magnets attract objects made of iron, nickel, or cobalt. What will you know? This activity, What Will You Know, is to be guided by your actual teacher. A magnet is a rock or a metal that can attract other metals. Its force is called magnetic force, which can pull magnetic objects without touching them. Magnets come in different shapes and sizes, but they have the same properties. They have poles, north and south, where their magnetic force is strongest. Around the magnet is a magnetic field within which its magnetic force acts. Now let's learn more. Force can be exerted without touching an object like the force exerted by a magnet. Magnets attract materials made of iron, nickel, cobalt, and steel. Materials that do not contain these metals are non-magnetic, like wood, plastic, cloth, and many more. The strength of magnets varies. Its strength is determined based on its size and the number of its tiny magnets or magnetic domains that are aligned. Similar poles repel while opposite poles attract. For example, north and south poles will attract. North and north poles will repel. Similarly, south and south poles will repel. Magnets can lose their magnetism over time, which is called demagnetization. However, this process typically occurs very slowly, and in many cases, magnets can retain their magnetic properties for years or even decades without significant loss. The rate of demagnetization depends on various factors, including the material composition of the magnet, exposure to high temperatures, physical damage, and exposure to strong external magnetic fields. If you cut a permanent magnet in half along its axis, each half will typically retain its magnetic properties and behave as a smaller magnet. However, the strength of each resulting magnet may be slightly weaker than the original, due to the cutting process and potential damage to the material. Many objects used in our daily lives contain magnets like speakers, cell phones, magnetic locks of bags and wallets, and refrigerator magnets, among others. Work example. Reading a story. The title of the story is Magnet Max. Together, let us read the story Magnet Max by Monica Lozano Hughes. There once was a boy named Magnet Max who wanted to test what magnets attract. He loved to explore with objects galore to see what kinds of things would react. One sunny day, Magnet Max went to play at Nick's house. Nick did not know this great find. Max showed him the habit of his wonderful magnet. Watching it work blew Nick's mind. "Wow!" Nick yelled. "That's swell!" The magnet's powers gave him a thrill. Magnet Max made no reply. With the wink of an eye, he made his magnet attract at his will. Nick leaped up with glee at the magic you see and asked, "How do you get them to stick?" "Magnets give off a magnetic field," Max replied. "They stick to anything like iron or steel real quick." If you please, even nickel and cobalt can be attracted with ease. There are so many possibilities. These are metals that can be part of many things, such as rings, and being magnetic is key. So on that day, the boys decided to play by searching for things they could find. They looked for metal objects all about, in and out, and found many items. A paper clip, the refrigerator, a nail, and a bolt were attached to the magnet with force. Nick exclaimed, "Goodness sakes! I'm amazed at the magic it makes! Can we get it to stick to a horse?"
But a shoe, a ball, a plant, and a doll could not stick to the magnet, of course.
"These items are not magnetic or kinetic," said Max. "They don't have the special force." The day had gone by as they searched far and wide in the house for more objects to test. They heard Nick's mom call from way down the hall. "Max, your mom says it's time to go rest." Max and Nick said, "Oh man, we've just begun. We aren't done. We were just about to test out a comb." They both looked at the magnet, wanting more to explore. It was time for Max to go home. Then Max said, "How about we hang out tomorrow and we can continue our play?" As Nick walked home, he thought of what they suggested and tested and how fun it was to explore today. Max wanted to share his tool that's so cool so other kids could feel the same joy. He lay down in bed to relax. Then, closing his eyes, he dreamed of how wise he would be as the explorer Magnet Max. Let's answer. Number 1. Who are the characters? What did they do to magnets? Good job! The characters are Max and Nick. They tested what materials are attracted to Mac's magnet. Number 2. How do magnets affect other objects? Great! Magnets can pull magnetic materials. Number 3. What kinds of objects are attracted to a magnet? Great! The magnet attracted a paper clip, a refrigerator, a nail, and a bolt. Properties of magnets. Number 1. Polarity. Magnets have two ends called poles, a north pole and a south pole. Opposite poles attract each other. North attracts south, while the same poles repel each other. North repels north and south repels south. Number 2. Strength. The strength of a magnet is how powerful it is at attracting objects. Stronger magnets can attract objects from a greater distance and can hold heavier items. Number 3. Attraction without touching. Magnets can attract certain materials like iron, nickel, and cobalt without even touching them. This is because magnets create an invisible area around them called a magnetic field. When magnetic materials enter this field, they get pulled towards the magnet. Let's do the activity. Identify objects attracted and not attracted to a magnet by drawing a line from the magnet to the things it will attract. Let's start. This is the magnet. The objects are Now, draw a line from the magnet to the things it will attract. Take your time in answering. Now let's answer. The magnet will attract to a Very good. Paper clip, nail, and key. Let's answer. Number 1. Which objects are attracted to the magnet? Why? Correct. The paper clip, the nail, and the key are attracted to the magnet because they are magnetic metals. Number 2. Which objects are not attracted to the magnet? Why? Very good. The pencil, eraser, and crayons are not attracted to the magnet because they are non-magnetic materials. Interesting YouTube video fun with magnets. You may use the link or the QR code below to access the video on YouTube. This activity, Magnet Treasure Hunt, is to be guided by your actual teacher. Let's do the activity. Predict what will happen if the magnet's poles are placed next to each other. Let's start from south to south. Place two magnets 5 centimeters away with both south poles facing each other. What will be your prediction? Good job! The two magnets will push each other away. Next, north to north. Place two magnets 5 centimeters away with both north poles facing each other. What will be your prediction? Great! The two magnets will push each other away. Next, north to south. Place two magnets 5 centimeters away, with the south pole of one magnet facing the other magnet's north pole. What will be your prediction? Good job! The two magnets will attract each other. Let's answer. Process questions. What are the characteristics of objects attracted to the magnet? What about the ones not attracted to the magnet? Great! When we move the two magnets with unlike poles farther, they no longer attracted each other. But when we move them closer, they pulled each other fast. Number 2. What have you observed when you move the magnets closer or away from each other? Good job! Magnets can attract magnetic materials at a certain distance. Moving a magnet away or close to a magnetic material changes its magnetic force. Video presentation. Watch the magnets video for kids to combine all lessons learned about magnets. Learners' takeaways. This learners' takeaways is to be guided by your actual teacher. Reflection on learning. This reflection on learning is to be guided by your actual teacher. Evaluating learning. True or false? Carefully read the statements below. Write true if the statement is true. Otherwise, write false on the blank space before each number. Number 1. A magnet can attract objects if they are within the magnet's magnetic field. Is it true or false? Correct. True. Number 2. Magnets attract objects made of paper. Is it true or false? Good job. False. Number 3. North poles of magnets are attracted to the south poles of other magnets. Is it true or false? Great! True. Number 4. All forces require physical contact. Is it true or false? Good job! False. Number 5. Magnets do not attract cloth. Is it true or false? Correct. True. Multiple choice. Carefully read the questions below. Choose the correct answer from the choices below each question and circle the letter corresponding to the correct answer. Number 1. Which of the following materials is not attracted to a magnet? Letter A, glass. Letter B, metallic paper clip. Letter C, iron nail. Or letter D, another magnet. What is the correct answer? Good job! Letter A, glass. Number 2. What are the two poles of a magnet called? Letter A, East Pole and West Pole. Letter B, North Pole and South Pole. Letter C, Red Pole and Blue Pole. Or letter D, Top Pole and Bottom Pole. What is the correct answer? Very good. The correct answer is letter B, North Pole and South Pole. Number 3. Which of the following materials is attracted to a magnet? Is it A, glass, B, plastic, C, iron, or D, wood? What is the correct answer? Great! The correct answer is letter C, iron. Number 4. What will happen if two magnets are oriented as shown? A. They will attract. B. They will repel. C. Nothing will happen. D. They will fall. What is the correct answer? Good job! Letter B. They will repel. Number 5. What will happen if two magnets are oriented as shown? A. They will attract. B. They will repel. C. Nothing will happen. D. They will fall. What is the correct answer? Correct. Letter A. They will attract. Well done, kids! What have we learned today? Today, we learn about that a magnet is a rock or a metal that can attract other metals. Its force is called magnetic force, which can pull magnetic objects without touching them. Magnets come in different shapes and sizes, but they have the same properties. They have poles, north and south, where their magnetic force is strongest. Around the magnet is a magnetic field within which its magnetic force acts. Magnets attract materials made of iron, nickel, cobalt, and steel. Materials that do not contain these metals are non-magnetic, like wood, plastic, cloth, and many more. Similar poles repel while opposite poles attract. For example, North Pole and South Pole will attract, while North Pole and North Pole will repel. Same with South Pole and South Pole will repel. Kids, thank you for listening. I hope you have learned. Please do not forget to click the like, share, and subscribe.